It's a hot Sunday in the middle of a Jersey summer. The sun beats down on my head and the humidity makes it hard to breathe, but that doesn't stop my brother and me from racing each other up and down the huge mounds of dirt and sand at the town rec field. At the top of the pile, we turn ourselves just in time to watch our dad hit what looks like a home run. The rest of his team screams his name as he sprints around the bases, and man is he good, that much I knew for sure. As he makes his way to home base, we run to join in on the celebration. Just one game of many more that his athleticism and strength would aid in a win for his team. Growing up, he really was my hero. He taught me all the stuff that dads are just naturally good at teaching. How to hit a baseball, throw a football, paint a room, and everything in between. My brother and I would play outside for hours with him, jumping on the trampoline together, challenging him to races, which he would always win because he's probably the fastest runner I've ever seen. And he never seemed to grow tired of us. On rainy days, when we couldn't play outside, we would play hot lava in the living room, with the pillows thrown haphazardly in between the couches, so that we could run back and forth trying to reach the final destination, the stairs. My dad would lay on the floor pretending to be the lava monster as my brother and I hopped from pillow to pillow and couch to couch, always careful so that the lava monster couldn't grab our feet and drag us to our doom. Looking back on all of those memories and the patience it probably took to deal with my brother and me, it's ever so clear to me how much he truly loved us and still does. He's probably one of the toughest and most intimidating people I've ever met. He's crazy, if I'm being completely honest. He can ski down a double black diamond like it's a bunny hill, and weave in and out of the trees and moguls with impressive ease. He has pulled his hamstring almost every season playing baseball, but he'll never stop. And every time he gets hurt, he's up at bat, ready to run the bases again the next game. He has some of the best stories about how he grew up, doing the wildest and most reckless stuff unbeknownst to his state trooper father. He's never backed down from a fight, especially if it's an Eagles or a Cowboys fan antagonizing him at a New York Giants game. And he really doesn't take shit from anyone. That might just be the New York in him, but you can't help but love it. The love and support that he has consistently shown me throughout my entire life has made him one of my best friends. No one in the world is as goofy as him or can make me laugh as hard as he does, and words can't even describe how much I admire him. The most impressive thing about my dad, though, is the battle he's been fighting with cystic fibrosis since birth. In short, CF is a chronic disease that affects a lot of ways in which the body functions properly, but targets most seriously the body's mucosal cells in the lungs. This causes the fluid that would normally be produced by the lungs to become thick and sticky, making it very difficult for the lungs to function properly. CF can cause an increase in risk of respiratory diseases like pneumonia and bronchitis, among many other infections, which, while curable for most people, can often prove fatal for an individual with CF. When I would wake up in the morning, my dad would be in the living room, the inflatable vest on over his shoulders with the generator attached to it, vibrating the vest and humming loudly. Every single morning, like clockwork, he would be sitting out there on the couch, the high-frequency chest wall oscillation vest, helping to loosen the mucus that built up and clogged his airways. I was probably about 5 or 6 the first time I realized that my dad was different, that this wasn't something every single dad did. I was told that he had cystic fibrosis, but never really knew what that meant. And it was just something that I didn't really think about. As I got a little bit older, my parents sat my brother and me down and explained to us what exactly CF was and how it affected my dad in so many different ways. It was heartbreaking to know that this wasn't something he could just get rid of, that he had to live with this his whole life, and I was upset. The short conversation that I had with my parents about CF, though, differed very much from the conversation that my dad had with his own parents. When he was 10, after years of recurring health problems with little to no answers, he was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis. The doctors told my grandparents my dad would survive at best for another 4 years. He was given a death sentence at the age of 10, told that he wouldn't be alive for high school graduation, for a first year of college, for a wedding, or for children. That conversation happened in 1974, and it is crazy to think that 46 years later, my dad, against all odds, has survived. Even now, the life expectancy for someone with CF is only 38 years, and I'm beyond grateful every single day that he's still in my life and continues to be healthy. The fact that he's never let this disease stop him from doing the things that he loves truly shows the pure strength inside of him. In all the years that I've lived, I've never heard him once complain about the symptoms he experiences, the ways in which he struggles on a day-to-day basis to breathe with ease, or the fact that he has to continuously monitor his own health and stay on top of his long list of treatments. He is a warrior, he is a fighter, he is a survivor, and most importantly, he is my dad.